YouTube channel. Alright, so the plan today is to play through the entire Level 2 SCQF book. So for the Level 2 guys, we've covered all of the theory lessons. So every theory lesson we need to do is covered. Still need to talk about embellishments, but embellishments is quite easy. We could talk about that very quickly. So you should all have a copy of this book. If you've not got a copy, you don't need it just now. Alright, don't stress about going to get it because it's on the screen. But you should all have a copy of this book at home. Don't worry about the YouTube channel. If you're one of the kids I teach in school, then you have all got access to the Google Classroom. And you should all know how to hold the sticks by now. And it gives you a wee basic music reading description telling you about above the lines right hand, below the lines left hand. And again, this is all stuff that we've done before. And we spoke during our theory lessons about the stave, the bar lines, bars, repeat marks and double bar lines. We've spoke about all of that. So I think we're good to go. And I'm going to try and get a size, there we go, perfect, that fits everything into the screen. So this page should be easy peasy for all of us. And I'm going to talk very briefly about it. We're counting in simple time. So if we think back to our theory lessons, simple time is when the beat note can split in half. Okay, so we've got a crotchet there. We know if we split that crotchet in half, we get 2 quavers. If we split those 2 quavers in half, we get 4 semiquavers. So we should know that. And if you don't know that, then that's a little reminder for you. Back when we done the duration table, we had the semibreve, split in half, 2 minims, split in half, 4 crotchets. It's all stemming from that. So if I was assessing you guys, I would have probably got you to play 1 line at a time. Alright, but for the benefit of this, we're going to play 1 line after another. So we'll start with the first line. It will be 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then it would go straight into the second line, 1 and 2 and I'll do that, and then we'll also go straight into the third line, which is semiquavers, 1 eander, 2 eander, and we'll finish with this group here, stopping on that left tap. And you'll know you've got it right if when you finish, 1 eander, 2 eander, you finish with that left tap. So hopefully you've got your sticks and pads there, and make sure your mics are off, just so we don't hear you on the screen record, and we're going to go for it from the top. Let's try it. After 2, 1, 2, go, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Next line, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Third line, 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a. And you would stop on that last left tap, which is the tap there. And I appreciate if you're watching this live that you'll not be able to rewind it. Okay, but when I put this up on the Google Classroom and the YouTube channel, you can rewind it back to your heart's content. Alright, and play it again until you're really comfortable with it. Because we're going to now play these bottom 2 lines. So we remember our crotchets were just 1 and 2. So it'll be 1, 2. Our quavers were 1 and then another crotchet makes it 2. Our next group, 1 E and a, semiquavers. Next group's quavers, 2 and last group crotchets, 1, 2. And you'll see we've got the repeat mark there and the repeat mark there. So we're going to play that line twice. Okay, so let's do it. After 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1 and 2, 1 E and a 2 and 1, 2. Repeated, 1, 2, 1 and 2, 1 E and a 2 and 1, 2. Done. And again, like I said before, please feel free to rewind this when this video goes up online. And we're going to do the second line straight in with quavers, so it'll be 1 and, next group semiquavers, 2 E and a, back to quavers, 1 and a crotchet, 2. Our next group, quavers, 1 and still quavers, 2 and semi-quavers, 1 knee and finishing with a crotchet, 2. And this one's repeated as well. So let's play that second line now. 1, 2, go. 1 and 2 E and a 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 1 E and a 2. Repeated. 1 and 2 E and a 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 1 E and a 2. And that's that line complete. And like I said to all the young ones I've been teaching, the reason we do counting exercises, it's not going to make you particularly stronger. It's not going to make you faster. Counting exercises are designed mainly for your timing, alright, to build up your sense of timing and rhythm. So we can play that bottom line to a strict beat. And you hear me tap my foot there. Okay. When I decide to take the tempo up, say I take it to there. 1 and 2 and a 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 1 and a 2. We don't need to do that just now. But if we're quite strong at the early stages, then when it comes to boosting the tempo, we'll be okay with it. Alright, we'll find it very easy. So that's why we do exercises like this. Our next page is counting again, but this time we're counting in compound time. So the first page we're splitting the beat note in half. Alright, in this page we're splitting it into 3. Okay, so Miriam's just joined. Can you make sure your mic's off, Miriam? Because I'm live. We're recording this. So, we're going to split these notes into 3. Alright, so I'm going to see if I can zoom in a wee bit more so we can see it clearly. That's better. So, when the crotchet's got a dot after it, remember we spoke about dots, a dot increases its value by half. Alright, so half of a crotchet, and I'm going to put it here in my right hand, would be a quaver. So I've got a quaver in my right hand here. In my left hand I've got that crotchet. If I split that crotchet in half, I get 2 quavers. Added to this third one, I'm going to bring it over here, I've got 3 quavers now. And you'll see that's the 3 quavers there. Alright, so again, the dot equaled a quaver, split the first crotchet in half, and I get 3 quavers altogether. So that's how we split it in 3. So we're still going to use the crotchets and count 1, 2. So this will still be 1, 2, 1, 2. But now, when we come to here, because we're splitting it in 3, we can have crotchets and quavers. Okay, so we've got a crotchet which is longer, alright, and then the quaver which is shorter. So we're getting long, short, long, short, long, short, long. And that's how you would play it. 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2. So it'll sound like that. 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2. So I think we should give it a go. And we'll repeat these lines as well. So I'm going to do the first line with the repeats. 1, 2, go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Big stretch. 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2. Repeated. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2. And that would be the line done. And when you get assessed on these, you won't be asked to play each line after another. You'll probably be told, oh, can you play the first line? Can you play the second line? You would do one line at a time. Usually you find as well, some assessors, if you play the first line and second line really well, and they know like this guy's on the ball, they'll say, right, that's fine, we'll move to the next page. Alright, they'll maybe not even want to hear you play the rest of it. I've seen that before. Right, second line. We've not got any of these 1 days or 2 days. They're all quavers and crotchets here. So it's going to be 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2. And when we play this, make sure we don't do triplets. Don't go 1 day, 2 day. Don't accent them. There's no accents. So it'll just be nice and chilled out. Let's play it. 1, 2, 1 day, two A day, one A day, two, then left, one A day, two A day, one A day, two. Repeated, one A day, two A day, one A day, two, then left, one A day, one A day, two. And that's us done. I'm going to go straight into the next line. Alright, because this one should be quite easy for us to read. It's just crotchets and quavers. So let's play what we see. Line number 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1 A day, 2, 1 A day, 2 A day, 1, 2. Repeated. 1, 2, 1 A day, 2, 1 A day, 2 A day, 1, 2. And that leaves us with the last line, which you'll see we've got the 1 days and 2 days in there. We've got the crotchet quavers. So when you see them, remember you're going to stretch it. So it'll be 1 A day, 2 day, 1 A day, 2. And then your next rhythm or group's the exact same, but starting on the left. 1 A day, 2 day, 1 A day, 2. So let's play that last line with a repeat. 1, 2, 1 A day, 2 day, 1 A day, 2. And then left, 1 A day, 2 day, 1 A day, 2. Repeated, 1 A day, 2 day, 1 A day, 2. 1 A day, 2 day, 1 A day, 2. And I always say to folk, it's good to try and count it. You don't need to say it out loud, because I feel quite comfortable speaking and drumming at the same time. A lot of folk don't. That's fine, alright, but try and count it potentially before you play it. And if you can count it, maybe not even out loud, try and count it in your head as you're going and say it as you go. Because chances are, if you're able to say it, you'll absolutely be able to play it. And then I'm definitely going to need to zoom out for this one. I'm zoomed in way too much. So let's see what I can get down to fit this in the screen. 30, that's fine. Although it's a wee bit small. Let's go 35, see if I can make it a bit bigger. Ooh, tempting fate. Let's go 40. That'll do. So, that fits in fine. Think back to the very first thing we played on this video. We done 1, 2, 1, 2, and then all the way to the end. And then we went straight into our quavers and straight into the semi-quavers. It's the exact same as that. The only difference is after the semi-quavers, we're going to go back the way we came with quavers and then finishing with crotchets. Alright, so for me, it's like walking up a hill. Alright, you're getting to the top on the fastest bit and then you're coming back down to the same as where you started. Or revving a bike. Alright, you're going to slowly go faster, 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 and then you're going to slow back down to where you came. And the key to this one is following the notes and being confident at the end of each line going into the following line. Especially from the faster semi-quavers to the slower quavers. Alright, you just have to be confident. Alright, play with a bit of belief and don't hold back. Let's do it. 1, 2, go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Next line. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Next line. 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2. Next line. 1 and 2 and 1, 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Finish it off. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And if I was assessing yous, which I won't be, alright, because I teach yous all, I can't assess yous because I teach yous, I would be listening to your transitions from each line to the next. Alright, that's what I'd be listening for. Massively listening to make sure you're playing that in time. All the volume's the same, everything's nice and relaxed. You're not stressed and tightening up. And then we move on. Oh, jeez, oh, paradiddles. Let's see, how big can I zoom in here? Way too much. Let's go back a bit. That's perfect. So, paradiddles, easy peasy for everybody that's on this video call. Alright, all we need to do is play the paradiddles normally and finish on that left tap. And there's no accents on the first line. And for those that don't know what an accent is, that's an accent there. So when you see that little symbol above a note, it means you play that note louder than the notes around about it. Okay, so it's a note that's stressed and emphasised more than the notes around it. So it doesn't need to be levered. Alright, it doesn't mean that you grip it and you rip it as hard as you can. It's not what an accent is. This could be an accent. Okay, as long as the taps around about it are softer than the accent. So I'm playing an accent there. Alright, it doesn't mean that it's really loud. It's just louder than the notes around about it. So, your first line, paradiddle, 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 paradiddle. We're going to keep it there. So no accents, nice and relaxed. Let's do it. With the repeat. 1, 2, go. Paradiddle, 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 paradiddle. Tap. Repeated. Paradiddle, 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 paradiddle. Tap. And that's it done. Our second line is the exact same. The only difference is we're hitting the first tap with each paradiddle. Paradiddle, paradiddle, paradiddle. And you'll notice at the end, if you spotted it, we're not finishing with an accent, we're finishing with a tap. So when you get to the end, don't do this. Paradiddle, tap. Alright, because you will lose marks for that. We need to go paradiddle, tap. Paradiddle, tap. We just keep it the exact same volume as the previous paradiddle. Right, let's go for it. After 2, 1, 2, go. Paradiddle, 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 tap. Repeated. Paradiddle, 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 tap. Good, done. And what you would notice as well, right, is when I'm playing them, I'm trying to lift the opposite hand when I'm doing the double or the diddle and the paradiddle. Paradiddle. And I'm lifting, but I'm not lifting much. I'm just lifting up there. And that little lift is giving me the accent or the movement for the accent. You'll probably not get that straight away. That'll take a bit of playing. Alright, but it's a good movement to work on. Alright, because it means when we go to speed them up, alright, you're even faster. Okay, that you've got that movement to give you not just the accent, but to give you the momentum to play the movement. So do try and get that little bit of a lift. And we move on. What's the next one? Triplets. So let's zoom out. Perfect. So, triplets. Alright, what a triplet is if you have a look at the music, you'll see that little tie, and it's got a 3 in it. That tells us that those notes, are 3 irregular time notes played in, or 3 compound notes played in simple time. So we played compound time earlier, alright, and we know that we had 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2, and it fitted because the beat note split in half. But in simple time, it doesn't. Alright, in simple time, or 2/4, the rhythm is 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. So this group of notes don't fit. So that's why we use the triplet sign to tell us that we're playing those 3 notes in simple time. So we're not going 1 and, we're going 1 day, 2 day. And because we're doing triplets, we can actually say triplet. Alright, so this is where it's up to you. Alright, I'm going to do it both ways. When I'm playing them, I quite like to say 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day. Like I'll say it like I was counting the quavers on their own. If you prefer saying triplet, 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 then you say triplet. It's whatever helps you. Okay? So your first line, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2 day. And again, don't worry too much about levering the accent. As long as it's bigger than the taps around about it, then you're golden. Right, let's do it. First line, 1, 2, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 1 day, 2 day, 1 day, 2. Repeated. Triplet, you're clever, you'll see that the second line is the exact same as the first line, you're just starting on the left instead. So it's the exact same rhythm. So let's do it. 1, 2, 1 A D, 2 A D, 1 A D, 2 A D, 1 A D, 2 A D, 1 A D, 2. Repeated. Triplet, 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 tap. Done. And for our next line, we're looking at each triplet and seeing if it's got an accent on it. So you see the first one does, second one doesn't. Next one does, next one doesn't. Next one doesn't, next one does, next one doesn't, next one does. So you'll see it follows a rhythm and it follows a nice wee pattern. So if you've not played it before, the best bet is look at it and play what you see. Alright, play exactly what you see. And it should be quite easy for you. Well, we'll give it a go. Let's do it. 1, 2, go. 1 A D, 2 A D, 1 A D, 2 A D, 1 A D, 2 A D, 1 A D, 2. Triplet, 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 tap. And again, you have to just follow what you see. Okay, so on this live stream, I don't have time to rewind it or do it again. Alright, so when I put it up online on the classroom or the YouTube channel, rewind it back and try it again. Because if you didn't get it right the first time, I bet you get it right on the second time. And this is a good chance to check because the last line is the same as the line above. We're just starting on the left this time. So it's the exact same pattern. Let's do it. So the last line. 1, 2, 1 A D, 2 A D, 1 A D, 2 A D, 1 A D, 2 A D, 1 A D, 2. Repeated. Triplet, 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 tap. And my advice for triplets would be keep everything low, nice and low there, because it means the accent doesn't need to come up too high, only needs to be there. So there's your taps, there's your accent. Same left, there's your taps, there's your accent. There's not much of a difference between the two. You don't want your triplets to be here, and then your accent has to be up there. Alright, that's a bit too much effort, I would say. And our next one, long roll. So this, all this is, guys, is mummy daddies. Alright, you've got to get the mummy daddy from slow all the way up to doubles and into a roll. So this is the one that will take you the longest. So I'm going to play it from slow. I'm going to gradually speed it up with you, and then I'm going to work it in a roll. And if you find that you're just absolutely nowhere near it, like you're like, I just can't get that, then be ready to spend a bit more time on it. Okay? So especially when it comes to bouncing the sticks, like that takes a bit of time to get. And also speeding up the bounces. So let's do it from slow. We'll count after 2, we'll play it mega slow, and we're just going to gradually build it up. So we're not going to play it as written, because it starts off crotchets, quavers, semi-quavers, all the way to demis. Just build it up in our own esteem. Alright, and for the benefit of this, I'll take each build up quite slowly. You would actually build it up a bit faster if you were doing the assessment. So let's start really chilled. 1, 2, so right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. I'm going to start taking it up now. Left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. So you see how I'm starting to lift it up a little bit? So at this speed, we're not bouncing the sticks. We can't bounce the sticks, it's too slow. So I'm still holding the sticks, using my wrists, using my fingers, and using my thumb. I'm going to take it up a little bit more now. And what you'll find as well is the mummy daddy from slow to fast at the beginner intermediate levels, a decent wee workout. You'll probably feel it, you'll start feeling it on your arms. Mummy daddy, mummy daddy. chances is move my hands up and down a little bit faster and control the sticks as I'm doing it. Mommy, daddy, mommy, daddy, mommy, daddy, mommy, daddy, mommy, daddy, mommy, daddy. And now we're at that speed, I'm just going to gradually work my way up and up until I eventually end up on a roll. So I'm just taking up a bit more. You notice as my hands is going faster, and then I'm going to bring my hands down and then push them in a roll, and that's me rolling. Alright, and I'll hold the roll for maybe 10 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I would just stop. So the trickiest bit for me, I think, when you're learning it is getting from here, where you're doing normal taps, and then getting the bounce. So if you're practicing if you can't do it really fast, the best thing to practice is sitting doing these for as long as you can, trying to get that bounce with the stick bouncing in your hand. If you're not getting that, then take it down a little bit. Alright, and another thing you can do to generate the bounce is sit and try and just bounce one hand at a time. So you'll see when I'm using my right hand there, I'm bringing my hand down once, but I'm getting 2 taps because I'm letting the stick bounce into my fingers, and then I'm stopping it and just catching it. So I'm letting it bounce twice and then catch. That's a good thing to practice. Alright, and you'll know you've got it because you'll feel the stick bounce in your hand. Same with left. I'm bringing my hand down once and I'm getting 2 taps. And I'm just catching it once I'm done. So I've done my 2, then I'm catching it. Another thing I've seen a lot of folk do is they'll bring the stick down and they just let it fall down. And the same again, they'll just let it fall down. They get used to that, and then once it's fell twice or bounced twice, then they catch it. So it's whatever helps you. So many different ways of doing that, okay? Right, our next page, it looks so confusing, it is unreal. I promise you guys, it really, really isn't. It's actually surprisingly easy, this page. So every single one of these here, I reckon I've played 5-stroke roll, 7-stroke roll, 9-stroke roll, and 13-stroke rolls. We've all played them. 5-stroke roll, buzz, buzz, tap. 7-stroke roll is 7-stroke roll. A 9 is 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. And a 13 is tap. We've all played those rolls. Alright, but we need to show an assessor that we can play them broken down. Alright, so all we're doing on your first line is playing the 5-stroke roll without any buzzes at all. It's just taps. So a 5-stroke roll on the right would be 5-stroke roll without any buzzes. Right, left, right. On the left it would be left, right, left. So you're getting right, left, right, left, right, left. Right, left, right, left, right, left. Easy peasy. Your second line, if you have a look at it, you'll see it's still right, left, right, but he's put a little buzz symbol on the first 2 taps, so it becomes buzz, buzz, tap, buzz, buzz, tap. And when we do that one, we just close the buzz right up, buzz, buzz, tap, buzz, buzz, tap, buzz, buzz, tap, buzz, buzz, tap. And then the one on the third line which says written, you just open the buzzes up, 5-stroke roll, 5-stroke roll, 5-stroke roll, 5-stroke roll. And you just play it as you normally would. So a lot of you might not have played 5-stroke rolls on the left, you'll have stuck with rolls on the right. Now's our chance to get a shot at playing them on the left, okay? Ooh, coffee's nice. Right, let's do it. So just the 5-stroke rolls. So remember, we'll start with right, left, right, left, right, left. So the first, second, and third line. Ready? 1, 2, go. Right, left, right, left, right, left. Right, left, right. And then change the buzzes. Buzz, buzz, tap. Buzz, buzz, tap. Buzz, buzz, tap. And then third line. 5-stroke roll. 5-stroke roll. 5-stroke roll. 5-stroke roll. Okay, and you'll see all I done on that third line was just open the buzz up a little bit, lift my hands just to allow myself to open the buzz up a little bit, and that was it. It was easy peasy. Okay, our next one, 7-stroke rolls. Alright, so that's these 3 here. It's the exact same as the 5-stroke roll. So if we play a 7-stroke roll, all we need to do to play it without the buzzers is change it to taps. Right, left, right, left. Right, left, right, left. You can also, if you want to, you can say triplet tap. If that helps, you can go triplet tap, triplet tap. When I'm playing these, I say 7-stroke roll. Alright, I say 7-stroke roll, 7-stroke roll, 7-stroke roll, 7-stroke roll. I find that the easiest way to go about it. Okay, so let's do the 7-stroke roll exercise. And again, we'll keep it nice and relaxed. So start with the right. 3, 4, 7-stroke roll, left, 7-stroke roll, right, 7-stroke roll, left, 7-stroke roll. And then buzzers, 7-stroke roll, 7-stroke roll, 7-stroke roll, 7-stroke roll, and then open it up, 7-stroke roll, 7-stroke roll, 7-stroke roll, 7-stroke roll. Done. Okay, and again, if you're finding the left one tricky, 7-stroke roll, then just try it a bit slower, or play it with the recording again, rewind it back so you get another shot at it. Excuse me. Our next one is 9-stroke rolls. Alright, so for me, remember, anyone who I teach for 9-stroke rolls, we like to say macaroni cheese, because it fits the movement. So a 9-stroke roll to play, we would be macaroni cheese, or macaroni cheese. So we're doing the same again, and we're just taking the buzzes out and playing it with taps. Okay, so with the taps, we'll be macaroni cheese, macaroni cheese. Let's try it. 1, 2. So taps, macaroni cheese, left, macaroni cheese, right, macaroni cheese, left, macaroni cheese. Tight buzzes, macaroni cheese, macaroni cheese, macaroni cheese, macaroni cheese. Open the buzzers, macaroni cheese, macaroni cheese, macaroni cheese, macaroni cheese. I'm hungry now. Saying macaroni cheese that many times has made me hungry. And our last roll is 13-stroke roll. So again, for folk that I teach, I like to say hickory dickory dock for a 13-stroke roll. Some folk I've heard say Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse. I've heard folk count the triplets. I've heard folk go, triplet, triplet, tap. Yes, triplet, triplet, tap. It's whatever floats your boat. I prefer hickory dickory dock because it's quite easy on the tongue, and it's quite easy if we're saying it fast. Hickory dickory dock, we can say it quite quick. It's not a stress. So this is the same. It'll be right, left, so it'll be hickory dickory dock, hickory dickory dock. So take it down a little touch. I'll go hickory dickory dock. We'll play that speed. So remember, with no buzzers first. Right hand first. 3, 4. Hickory dickory dock. Left. Hickory dickory dock. Then right. Hickory dickory dock. Then left. Hickory dickory dock. And then buzzers. Hickory dickory dock. Then left. Hickory dickory dock. Then right. Hickory dickory dock. Then left. Hickory dickory dock. And then we open up. Hickory dickory dock. Left. Hickory dickory dock. Then right. Hickory dickory dock. Then left. Hickory dickory dock. Done. So I think a lot of yous, I mean, I'm not going to comment too much, but I can see a few of yous finding the buzzers on the left a wee bit tricky. Alright, so maybe you need to spend a bit of time on things like hickory dickory dock, hickory dickory dock, rolls on our left hand. And I believe that's it for exercises. Our next thing will be example drum scores, and then we should have monotones as well. Let's see, yep, so we've got monotones. So our example drum scores, right, we need to be able to play a couple of drum scores for the assessor. And I'm not sure if they're on the drum or not. If they're on the drum, you would just play it on the drum. Alright, it's not hard for us to play on the drum. We'll probably, as anyone that I teach, we'll probably not play this in the exam. We would play Scotland the Brave, I would say, if you know Scotland the Brave. If you don't, then I'll get you to play this. All this is, it's so easy, it's unreal. If you remember the Mass Band 2-4, where we went tap, flam, 7-stroke roll, right, left, right, flam. It's that, but without any flams. And this is for the folk that I teach. There's no flams in it. Because in level 2, we've not been taught how to play flams. Which is mad. I know, because I've taught every single one of you how to play flams. But on this level, you don't need to know them. But because you guys are so awesome, you already know how to play flams. And on your first line of the score, it's showing you all the rolls written note for note. So you've got buzz, 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 tap, buzz, 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 tap. All that is a 7-stroke roll. But you can see it here. That's how we would see it written. 7-stroke roll, 7-stroke roll. Same for the second part. Hickory, dickory, dock. Or buzz, 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 tap. On the second line, that's how we would see it normally, as 13-stroke rolls. Okay? So I'm going to play through this entire tune. Okay? If you want to play along with me. So no flams. I'll try the hardest not to play flams, because I know that there aren't any in there. And each part will be repeated. So it'll be left, right, 7-stroke roll. Ready? 1, 2, left, right, 7-stroke roll, 7-stroke roll, right, left, right, left, 7-stroke roll, 7-stroke roll, right, left, right, left, 7-stroke roll, 7-stroke roll, right, left, right, left, hickory, dickory, dock, and then you repeat, left, right, 7-stroke roll, 7-stroke roll, right, left, right, left, 7-stroke roll, 7-stroke roll, right, left, right, left, 7-stroke roll, 7-stroke roll, right, left, right, left, hickory, dickory, dock, and then second part, tap, hickory, dickory, dock, tap, hickory, dickory, dock, left, right, 7-stroke roll, 7-stroke roll, right, left, right, hickory, dickory, dock, tap, hickory, dickory, dock, left, right, hickory, dickory, dock, and then repeated, tap, hickory, dickory, dock, tap, hickory, dickory, dock, left, right, 7-stroke roll, right, left, right, hickory, dickory, dock, tap, hickory, dickory, dock, left, right, hickory, dickory, dock. Done. And see as well, what you'll find is, for those who learned the Mass Band 2-4, you can actually play that for the level 2 exam. So you know the way that I've taught it with the flams and things. And I mean, some of you's done it where there's the full 4 parts with the backsticking and things. You could play that. You know, it's more than strong enough for level 2. So if you find it easier, you would actually play that, I would say. Okay. And the next one should be a 3-4 march, and it's going to be squint. So I'm going to try and see if I can flip it. Yep, and now we can't see it. Still can't see it. Now it's miles away. Let's see if I can get this a wee bit better. That'll do. So for me, I'm going to play through this for the sake of the video. Alright, but for all of the level 2 guys that I teach, you would actually play the 3-4 march that we've been through. And you would only need to play the first 2 parts of it. So you know the flam, 7-stroke roll, hickory, dickory, dock, flam, flam, flam. You would only need to play that first part twice through with the repeats, and the second part twice through with the repeats. Alright, that's all you would need to play. But I'm going to play this one anyway. Okay. So all it is tap, 7-stroke roll, hickory, dickory, dock, tap, buzz, 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 tap, 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 left, right, left, 7-stroke roll, hickory, dickory, dock, tap, hickory, dickory, dock. And then what usually happens is you'll have the second line, the exact same thing, and then you repeat the top 2 lines. So you're actually playing it for quite a while. Alright, so let's do it. And if you want to play along, Alright, but the Preston Lodge guys, you will be playing the standard 3/4 that I've taught you already. So I'm going to play it top to bottom. Although, what's the setting part? Da, 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 yeah. So got it. Right, let's do it from the start. 1, 2, go, tap, 7, roll, higgity, hop, tap, buzz, 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 tap, 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 left, right, left, 7, roll, higgity, hop, tap, higgity, hop, tap, 7, roll. So remember, in this tune there's no flams. Left, right, left, 7, roll, higgity, hop, tap, higgity, hop. Repeated, tap, 7, roll, higgity, hop, tap, buzz, 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 tap, tap, left, right, left. If you're finding this mega easy, what you could do is treat it like an exercise and see how smooth you can get your buzzes to be. 7, roll, higgity, higgity, hop, tap, higgity, higgity, hop. Second part, tap, right, left, right, left, right, buzz, 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 left, tap, 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 right, left, right, higgity, higgity, hop, tap, right, right, miss, left, right, buzz, 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 tap, left, right, miss, left, right, higgity, higgity, hop, and then finish it off. Left, right, buzz, 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 tap, left, right, miss, left, right, higgity, higgity, hop. And last line. Left, right, buzz, 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 tap, left, right, miss, left, right, higgity, higgity, hop. And that would be it done. Okay, and then if I I'm gonna have to flip my view round again. Oh, wrong way. There. So this is the final page in terms of exercises for us. The next page should be going on to musical theory, which is stuff that we should have all covered before. So we'll rip through these. Alright, we should rip through them fairly quickly. It's the same as counting exercises. Alright, you know at the very start of the book we've done 1, 2, 1 and 2. It's the exact same as them, except they're all in the same hand. And it doesn't mean you have to play it on the right. You could play it on the right hand, play it on the left hand. You can actually just tap the table with these if you want. Alright, because pipers will do the exact same exercise for their level 2 one. They've got to follow rhythms like this. For snare drummers it's quite easy. For pipers it's really, really not. They find it quite hard. So a lot of pipers, they'll tap their hand. Some pipers will clap. If you want to clap, you clap away. I'm going to tap with one stick. Alright, so I'll use just my right stick. And before we play each line, we'll count it. So remember, crotchets were 1 and 2, quavers 1 and 2 and that's all we're dealing with in this line. And there's no repeats. So it'll be 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, 1, 2 and. Easy peasy. Let's do it. 1, 2, go. 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, 1, 2 and that's it. Our second line, we're starting to incorporate rests. So that's a crotchet rest, and I'll count it as we go. So it'll be 1 and 2. I'll say 2, but we're not going to play 2. And then dot and cut quavers. So we'll go 1 day 2. So it'll be 1 and 2, 1 day 2, 1 and 2 day 1, 2. So when you see the dots and cuts, remember the dot's going to stretch the note, and the cut will just cut it short. So let's play it. 1, 2, go. 1 and 2, 1 day 2, 1 and 2 day 1, 2. Okay, and again you need to follow the music if you're finding that tricky. 1 and 2, 1 day 2, 1 and 2 day 1, 2. Easy peasy. Right, our next line, looking at the time signature, it's 3-4, so we're now counting in threes. Alright, so instead of counting to 2, we're going to count to 3. And you'll see it here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3 and 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2, 3. Let's do it. After 2, 1, 2, go 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3 and 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2, 3. And that's it. And again, please don't be shy if you need to rewind this back when it's uploaded. Next one's counting to 3 again. So we've got dots and cuts again, and we've got rests. So it's going to be 1 day 2, 3 and 1, rest, 3 day 1, 2, 3 day 1, 2 and 3. If you're confident following what the crotchet is, the quavers and the dot and cuts, okay, this should be easy for you if you're confident with following them. If you're not, you maybe need to spend a wee bit more time with the counting exercises. Okay, let's do it. Ready, 1, 2, go 1 day 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3 day 1, 2, 3 day 1, 2 and 3. And that's it. And then our last two, before we finish the video, 4 4s, we're counting to 4. Okay, so instead of counting to 3, we're counting to 4. And I'm going to go straight into this. It'll be 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. It's easier than you think. Alright, you have to have confidence, mainly to wait for those crotchets. Alright, that's the biggie. Wait for those crotchets and then play the quavers thereafter. Right, let's do it. Ready, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. And that's it. And then our last one, next I can hear my daughter itching to get in here, is same again, as the other exercises. We're bringing in our rests and our dots and cuts again. So let's count it. We're going to go 1, 2 and 3 day 4. 1 day 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3 day 4. And that would be it. So let's do it. Alright, let's go for it. Big effort for the last one. Here we go. 1, 2, go 1, 2 and 3 day 4. 1 day 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3 day 4. And that's it. Okay. So as always, with things like this, alright, as we've been going on, the longer we've been going, the more tired you'll start to feel. Alright, because I'm looking at some folk there, you can see are starting to look a wee bit tired. Alright, that was about just under an hour. That was 55 minutes we just done there. So that's quite a long time. When I put this up in the classroom, you don't have to play along to the entire video in one sitting. Alright, you really don't need to. But the great thing about me recording it is that when it gets closer to the exams, alright, so say, what are we now, February yet? No, still January, but no, it's 1st of February today. Aye. Say we end up doing our exams in March, alright, say we do them in April, right? It might not be, don't panic, alright, but whenever we do them, I'll probably send you this video again and say, right, let's start playing through that video, just so we can get comfortable with all the exercises before we get assessed, okay? And if you found all of them very, very easy, then well done you for a first start. But also, it means that you don't have to stress about it as much. It won't take you long to get them going again. If there's some of them you found a bit tricky, then maybe spend a bit more time on the ones that you found tricky. Okay? And I'm going to leave it at that. But that was good fun. Alright, I know that it's just me talking and nobody really got to talk. But I think we'll benefit from that in the long run, purely through the fact that every single exercise that we've done there is something that you are going to play. Alright, so I'm going to leave it at that, and I will see you all either this week or next week, okay? Right, see you all soon.